Hey YouTubes, taking the transfer case off of an X5, BMW X5 at 2000. To get to the transfer case, you need to take the muffler out, and I'll show you also how to take the transfer case a little bit later. This is the muffler after I took it out, catalytic converters, oxygen sensor, downstream, upstream, or the other way around, upstream, downstream. Here's the muffler. This is my family. But
Daddy, I got homework.
you got homework? Oh no, poor baby. Why did you give you homework? We'll get down into the car in a minute. Alright, this is the transfer case right there. To be able to get to the transfer case, you have to remove the muffler. I couldn't see any other way to be able to get the mounts for the transfer case without taking the muffler out. Muffler was sitting right here. Of course, I disconnected it from this side. I didn't take it all the way out because I work by myself. I couldn't get help to be able to move all the muffler. It can weigh about maybe close to 75, 80, maybe 100 pounds altogether. So I disconnected from here, which was relatively easy. I took all the mounts that holding the muffler to the body of the car out. As you can see right here, and the other side, of course, the muffler goes from both sides of the motor. And I got now to the transfer case. Now I'm going to have to take the mount out. I'm going to have to support the transmission while I'm taking it out. I took the flex disc over here. I disconnected it already. Got to find out how to move the back drive shaft so I can pull the transfer case this way. It might go down and then I might be able to push it backward. Here, let me show you another. Alright, I'm going to have to open the screws from the transmission. This is the transmission. This is the transmission pin, oil pan for the transmission. I'm going to have to open all the Torx, male Torx over here. After I take the mount out, I'll support the transmission and then I'll be able to get to the transfer case. That's the front shaft that goes to the front differential. I think I have a different video that shows how I took the front differential out. I'll get the transfer case out and then I'll explain how to do it. But first you need to take the muffler out. Go for it. Okay, after you took the muffler out, take the two heat shields, dividers. This is one of them. The other one sits on the other side, separates the muffler from the body of the car. After you take the heat shields, disconnect the back drive shaft. You see, I took it apart from right there. There are two screws that holding the support. You take it apart, then you have a little bit space to pull it backward from the transfer case. As you can see, this is the other heat shield on the other side. After that, I took the transmission mount. It holds, actually, as a matter of fact, not even the transmission. It holds the transfer case, mounts the transfer case. There is a long bolt in between this one. After you open 3 bolts on each side, these are the bolts that you're opening in each side. And you push the bolt out and it will give you the transfer case exposed. You need to support the transmission before you take the mount out. Otherwise, to my opinion, I didn't see that happening because I was supporting it before. But I think if you don't do that, nothing is holding the transmission, the motor, and the transfer case, and I don't see any reason why it's not going to bend the front drive shaft and tilt the whole motor backward, because the only other thing that holds the motor is the motor mounts on the front. Besides that, there is nothing else. So make sure you support that. Put something on top of the whatever you're supporting it, because basically the pin is not that strong and you don't want to bend that or scratch or make dents or anything else that can damage that. You know what, and I'm going to probably do something else that will support the transmission on a different place as well, because I don't like it putting too much pressure there. So in a moment the transfer case is going to be out. But you took the muffler, you disconnect the front drive shaft, take the heat shields out, take the transmission mount, and you got to the point that you got the transfer case ready to be disconnected from the transmission and pulled out. Okay, I got on the before I paused it, you saw that I took the muffler, the catalytic converters out, the heat shield, the mount for the transmission, and the transfer case. Now I took all the star bolts out of the transfer case. Oh, this one's right here. You see, it's a number 10. I worked with the ratchet wrench number 10. Then I lowered it a little bit with the jack until I could get to the ones on the back. I also had this one right here. That's a star that is equal to a number 10. And I had the extension, and I went from the top, from there to the ones on the back. I took all of them out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pry right here. I'm going to pry it backward. There is still the front shaft that goes to the front differential. I'm going to pry that out as well. I don't think any oil is going to come out because it's not sharing. Transmission and transfer case are not sharing the same oil. That's got special transmission lube. It's not a transmission fluid. It's two different things. I'm going to put that anyway. I'm going to put the box under in case it's heavy and it's going to want to fall down and I'm not going to be able to hold it. Then it's going to land on the box and at least be able to absorb that and not chip or break anything. As you can see, the transmission is being held by the jack right here, and that's it. The case, transfer case, is out. I'm going to have it out and I'm going to show you how it looks. I'm going to change the chain on that. So all this video is basically if you got a ticking noise when you accelerate, first gear, sometimes second gear, it means the chain is stressed out and needs to be replaced. After I open the case, I'll show you how the chain looks like. Okay, real quick, it's out. Got to pull it backward. This shaft stays on the transmission, as you can see. I'm going to inspect the shaft, make sure it's not worn out. The gears on the shaft. You pull it backward. This is the transfer case. The transfer case wasn't too heavy for me. I'm a strong man, but I would say it's probably maybe 30 pounds. Not too bad. This is the front of the shaft. Oh. Yep. We're going to open it, look inside, see the chain, put the new chain, put it back in, close everything together. A little bit lube is leaking, but this lube is from the transfer case, not from the transmission. Transmission is very well sealed. Alright, as I promised, this is the transfer case. It's out. Be careful on this pipe. It's probably been there for a long time. That's the breather. It's probably dry. Don't snap it, don't break it. When I open all the bolts, don't use a torque on that impact wrench. Do it manually. Open all of them. Probably gonna have to open this one here to be able to get that out. Alright, I'll show you when it's open. For you it's going to be in a second from now. For me it's about 20 minutes. Okay, I got the transfer case out and I thought about showing you how to take all apart and everything. Of course you got to take that. It's bent. I don't know if you've ever done an XL shaft on the X5, but it's the same way. It bends a little bit on the sides to hold it from moving. So you chisel that out a little bit, open it with I did it with the impact wrench. On that one it's okay, on this ones don't use the impact wrench. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do part 2 for this one when I open the transfer case. So that's it as far as taking the transfer case out. And it is out. Here's the card. Here are other parts that I took out. Here's my fan. And I'll get back to you on part 2 on the transfer case.